What's up, beautiful souls? And here I am. I know I have been MIA for a couple of weeks, maybe even months now, but I guess most of y'all understand a little bit why the energy in the world has been very chaotic. It's been very shifting and very interesting, to say the least. But I was just, I think I have a couple of minutes before I have to do my group session. I have a sister circle and I'm doing an energetic cleanse. So before that, I wanted to hop on and just give you all an update, energy update for the upcoming 2 weeks, because I'm here and I thought like, well, I'm feeling all right now. I have been having a very turbulent 2020 so far. I think most of y'all are going through the motions yourself too. So let's just dive into what these upcoming 2 weeks have to offer for us. I'm going to do this in English, so all my Dutch people, I'm sorry. I'm not going to make 2 videos today. I'm just going to keep it short. I'm going to give everybody an update, energy update, and so y'all can have some clarity, maybe some guidance, maybe some advice, maybe some insights on your life, yourself, and the world at this point in this moment. I'm going to keep it like as in a collective energy. I'm going to tap into the collective energy, but I also want to tune into your energy, so the individual energy. So let's see what we got here. Thank you all though for all the beautiful and kind messages while I was gone. I really, really, really appreciate your messages and y'all looking out for me, asking how I'm doing. So let's see. I like that. One more. Oh, yes, you're flipping out. Okay, let me see. So for the theme of this upcoming 2 weeks, I got, I think, 5 cards. The first one is get creative. Then we got the sage. We got ancestral, what is it? Ancestral spirit or ancestor spirit. Sorry for the glare from my ring light. I hope y'all can see it. It says, connect to your lineage. A family wound or a pattern can be healed now. Then we got life force. And this card says, express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. And then we got care and compassion. And it says, choose to be loved. Do what is right for everyone involved. Offer a helping hand. So what I'm feeling when I'm looking at these cards and tapping into the energy, because I've been getting so many downloads, it's insane. And I really wanted to talk about all these downloads, but I wanted to do it with the most integrity and with the most like in a full energy, if you understand what I'm saying here. And I felt like I wasn't there yet to give that to y'all. And I kind of feel like I have a sort of like responsibility to bring my energy as whole as possible. And it has been a little bit shattered over the last weeks. So I thought I just wanted to work on getting whole again. So I feel like there's a lot of information coming through for all of us. There is a lot of shifting going on, and I feel like we are being pushed to look at the situation, ourselves, our lives, and relationships with other people in a very creative way. I also feel like it's very important to protect our creativity. You see this ring here, it kind of gives me a vibe of the setting a protective bubble around yourself. Also, a crow for me is all about vision. It's all about seeing through. It's all about psychic downloads. So I'm kind of feeling with the sage card beside it, I kind of feel like there's a lot of information coming through for all of us. You need to make your mind as quiet as possible to listen to your dreams, listen to all the synchronicities and all the accidental things that are happening both in your own personal world but also in your in the collective, like in society. Everything that's happening, I feel like these are like dominoes that are falling down one by one, and they are actually helping us to build back right up, to build right back up, whatever, to build back up, to build yourself back up, to build life back up, to build society back up. And with this here, I feel like we are being triggered to release karmatic cycles, both our family ancestral cycles, both karmatic patterns and cycles in our own life, things that we have been repeating in cycles, in cycles, in cycles. And they keep coming back, like as if we are living in a sort of like a loop type of energy, right? And I'm talking about a cycle and a loop. And to me, a cycle is us going around going around, and like the seasons. But in a cycle, I kind of feel like you're learning, you're upgrading, you're integrating. In a loop, I kind of feel like you're constantly repeating the same cycle. It's constantly the same thing over and over again, without you learning, without you adapting, without you growing, without you evolving. And I feel like we're getting the possibility here to break the loop that we have been in, because I feel like karmatically, both individually but also as a collective, we have been going around in circles in a loop, right? We have been repeating ourselves. We've been repeating certain patterns without learning from them. So I kind of feel like we have the possibility in the upcoming 2 weeks to get a more of a clear vision of what we need to break free from, what pattern we have been repeating, what loop we have been walking around in, like unconscious, like we've just been like zombies, like rats in a rat race. I kind of feel like we have been having certain habits, certain patterns, certain things, certain views that have been so outdated and so like we have not been able to evolve past a certain point until this point. And I feel like everything is in place, divine order, for us right now, in order to get us to that point where we can experience a new upgrade, where we can experience us evolving past a certain point. But to do so, the entire collective has to evolve. And the collective can only evolve if we as human beings individually are evolving, right? If we are doing the work, if we are moving forward, if we are growing, if we're not constantly distracting ourselves, because life has been so busy, so all over the place. I kind of feel like everything has been slowing down right now so we can get new perspectives. And with this express your driven passion, I kind of feel like we are also being pushed into our purpose. I kind of feel like we are trying to figure out now what it is that we actually really like to do and what it is that we do because it's just simply the patterns that we have been repeating because our moms and our dads told us that we need to do things a certain way, and because society told us we need to do things a certain way. And I kind of keep on getting these images and downloads about us being free souls, and I'm talking free souls in a way that we can experience life in a blissful manner, in a way that we keep on learning, growing, evolving, loving, being authentically ourselves, shining our lights, and everybody like being together and learning from one another. I'm not saying that we need to like banish all the old energies and all the like the we all have this like shadow and light, right? And it needs to be together in order to be balanced. So we need to have the light and we need to step into our light, but at the same time we need to embrace our shadow. And I kind of feel like this goes for all of us in both the collective way, but also the individual way. There's a lot of self-healing, self-love that's coming to the surface, and a lot of issues connected to that, a lot of patterns actually showing our lack of self-love, or our self-love is not unconditional for the collective, but also for, I want to say 90% of human beings. Self-love is not unconditional, and we need to get back at loving ourselves in an unconditional way, in an unconditional manner. We need to upgrade ourselves, and we need to stop like letting ego, because ego is the one that keeps us in the loop, right? Ego is the one that keeps us in the loop. Ego is the one that tries to keep us in a safe space, try to keep us from evolving. And ego is a very good thing. It's balanced. If you keep it balanced, if you listen to it, observe it, but not like let it take over the way you drive. Like you shouldn't let ego take the car, right? You need to look at it as like, you wouldn't let a child drive a car. So actually letting ego drive our lives and lead us through our lives is like a child driving a car. If you understand what I'm saying here. I'm not saying ego will crash you into everything like a child would probably when you would drive a car, but it's not bringing you to your destination. It's constantly stopping, constantly like repairing and taking other routes, thinking about, oh, things are going bad at that direction, and oh, things are going wrong in that direction. It's not following its inner GPS. No, it's not. It's not trusting on its inner GPS. You should. And I feel like this moment, this week will help you to do so. Will help you to take a different, like, look at society, look at your environment, and figure out all sorts of stuff. I kind of feel like it will help you get out of your head by getting into your heart a little bit more. I'm not saying you will not be in your head. I kind of feel you will be in your head a lot, but it will help you give more and clearer perspective. Let me see what we got here. Ooh. Okay, we got the Nine of Wands reversed. We got the Five of Wands. We got the Queen of Pentacles. And we got the Star energy. So what I'm feeling here is that I kind of feel like we will be stepping back, letting our guards down a little bit in a different type of way. I kind of feel like we were letting our guards down in ourselves. So I'm not talking about you letting your guards down around other people, which may happen. I'm not saying it will not be happening, but I kind of feel like this is a you thing. This is a, you will let your guard down inside of yourself. Like you have been fighting yourself. You have been um, in like it's been you against another, a different part of yourself, like you against your ego, higher self against ego. It has been, you have been battling. There's some inside battling going on. There's some parts of you that have been getting information and knowing which direction to go, and then there's this part of you that has been in the loop for such a long time that it has a hard time breaking out of that loop and being comfortable. I feel like many people are feeling very uncomfortable with their own emotions, uncomfortable with silence, uncomfortable with and being alone, or being isolated, or in quarantine. And even if you're in a space or a city or a country where quarantine is not that intense, or there's not that many restrictions, I kind of still feel like you will be noticing a lot of that global energy that's going on, and these points of the isolation, these points of battling yourself, these points of facing your I want to say pain points, triggers, will be amplified for all of us. And I kind of feel like you will be stepping away from like looking things from a perspective. Like I'm not saying that you're going to step away from looking at things from a different perspective. I feel like you will be stepping away from observing in a way that is not helpful. I feel like you have been living your life looking, I hope I pronounce this right, from the inside out, from the outside in. I feel like you've been looking and you've been living in society, and you have never had like a lot of time to look to the inside. And I kind of feel like the environment has been so busy and so all over the place that there was just no time, or whenever there was time, it was short, like it was a small amount of time. And I kind of feel like now you will be stepping into yourself, and you will be stepping into observing from the inside. You will be looking at your emotions, your thoughts, your feelings, your life as a whole. Some of us will be trying to walk away from that, trying to run away from that, trying to hide from that, using stuff like alcohol, smoking, food, sex, binge watching, television programs, out of like fear to connect to those parts of you that have been, I don't want to say untouched, but at some point I feel like untouched. Some point I feel like we have been hiding from them. We have been not trying to confront certain aspects of our life, and now you're kind of forced to do so. And I kind of feel like this will help you sleep better. This will help you get more information, more answers. So if you have been sleeping very bad, if you've been having a lot of headaches, I hope I pronounce it right, headaches. Do I say it right? Headache. My partner's here like, you keep on saying that wrong. Headaches. You keep on having a lot of headaches. There's a lot of energy upgrades going on, but in order to like get those softened, to make them more, how do I say this? I don't want to say in order to get a more clear mind, clear perspective, calmer center. I kind of feel like you have to address certain aspects of yourself. Just think about them, write about them, speak them out loud in order to transmute them. And the transmuting is going to be more easy than you think. I feel like you have this image in your mind or this thought that these emotions, these situations, this relationship, these feelings, whatever you have been hiding from is so heavy, so intense that you are not able to handle it. And therefore, I kind of feel like you're selling yourself short because you can definitely handle this and it's going to be more easy than you think. I feel like a lot of people have been in competition trying to get to certain points, get to certain energies quick, not thinking about the people surrounding them. And I kind of feel like now you've been coming back to your center and you have been noticing yourself and your needs a little bit more. And in doing so, I kind of feel like you are able to see other people's needs and other people's point of views from a more stable point of view. Instead of needing to make your point clear, screaming, yelling, protecting, being in defense, I kind of feel like you will have the time to actually think about what other people are saying or going through or thinking, and not making it a personal thing, but more so like observing, like, oh, interesting, this person is thinking about it in this and this and that way, right? So I kind of feel like there's a lot of people trying to save themselves or feeling like they need to save themselves or really in an egocentric energy. And I kind of feel like you need to make sure that you stay away from that energy. Like, stay away from it. Like, if you have the possibility to distance yourself from people that are in a fearful energy or in an energy that is just not like centered, self, calm, collective, you should be distancing yourself. And I'm not saying you need to control your emotions. I feel like you need to feel your emotions, right? And then you become the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like you will be calm, you will be centered, you will be focusing up on how you will be able to move forward, to get ahead. And not as in that you should be focusing on getting ahead the entire time. No, that's not the case. But you should be thinking about life in a different perspective right now. You should be thinking about where you want your life to go. Do you want this job? Do you want this relationship? Do you want these friendships? How does your family look right now? Is it healthy? Is the connection that you have with your family one that's upgrading you or helping you move forward or giving you some sort of comfort or love? And are you giving the same thing in return? Or are you a source of negativity, fearful energy, or are you stagnating other people's growth? If you do so, with this on the other side of the deck, oh, if you are connected to people or situations that have made you feel like, this is the Nine of Wands, by the way, that made you feel like you were attacked or made you feel like you needed to survive. Yes, you have been surviving all this time. You have been making it through the day. But life is not about making it through the day. Life is not about surviving. Life is about experiencing love, joy, creativity, creating things, making experiences with other people, creating things with other people. And it doesn't mean that it doesn't come with both sides of the scale. It does. But the overall experience in life should be one that's more blissful and that's more focused on a peaceful, centered, purposeful living instead of a surviving whatever is happening surrounding us and whatever is happening inside of us. So I kind of feel like it should be time for you to center yourself, to both center yourself, to look at things from a different perspective. We got the Hierophant here, and this card is usually one connected to church, and usually you see some churchy type of thing here, and now you see them doing yoga and meditating. This is a totally different perspective on the Hierophant. I hope I pronounced it right. A card of the tarot deck. And this is the energy that I'm feeling here too. Also, it came upside down. But in this case, I kind of feel like it has to do with you needing to change the perspective about where your life is going, where your life is heading. How are you adjusting to a new normal? Or if this time is done, like, and we are all going back to normal, are you going back to being the same person as you used to be before this all happened, that would mean that you missed out on a great opportunity to transform, to transmute, to get into a better space, to get more aligned, to get more into your purpose, to find more happiness, to find more joy. You should definitely be using this time and energy to create a new possibilities for yourself on every level. And that's what the star card is talking about too. I kind of feel like she's wishing for more, she's wanting more, she's like, oh, there's this dream, there's this energy, there's this vision I have for myself, this vision I have for my life that I have been having like since I was born. And I wasn't able to get those things because like life was busy. I needed to work, I needed to get food on the table, I needed to be there for my family members, for my friends, I needed to do all this social stuff, I needed to go out, I needed to go into the gym to make sure that my body was looking fit, and all those things that we have been being busy with, right? And I'm not saying you shouldn't be going to the gym or that you shouldn't be connecting with your friends and family members, but I'm just telling you that you need to focus upon the things that you really want and like and crave in your life. And I'm not saying, because I know that there will be some people looking and thinking, yeah, but we need to pay the bills, so we need to work. I'm not saying you shouldn't be paying the bills. You should. That's part of life too. But the way you are paying the bills, is that the way you want to pay your bills? Is that what you want to do the rest of your life? Is if you need to go back to your job that you have been doing, are you going back because you really enjoy the job? Or are you going back because you're hiding from your daily life, because you're hiding from certain emotions, because the family life and being at home with your kids is way too much, or being at home alone is way too much? Is that the reason why you're doing what you have been doing? If so, it needs to change, and you need to transmute it, and you need to rearrange some stuff in order to get you what you really want without having to sacrifice certain aspects of your life, right? I feel like it's very close, this change, this massive transformation for both the collective and the individual. Yes, we got the world card. We coming full circle, full cycle. Like I said, we coming full cycle. We have this possibility to end a big karma loop, both in our personal lives as in our collective life. And when this loop ends, because we're amidst it ending, we have this possibility to create an entirely new way of being, an entire new life, an entire new loop, not loop, an entire new cycle, because we don't want to loop, an entire new cycle where we have the possibility to create a new life for the upcoming 30, 40, 50, 100 years. I know we're not living 100 years, but you know what I'm saying here. We have a lot of new possibilities arising for all of us, but we need to make sure that we distance ourselves from people that are still running in a rat race, that are still not able to open their eyes and see the world for what it is. And I'm not saying, because waking up and opening your eyes goes into stages, but we need to be gentle with every stage everyone is in. But there are still people that are trying to hide right now. There are still people that are not taking this moment, this time, this energy to reflect. I'm not saying you should be reflecting 24/7. Please don't. Please keep the balance. Make sure that you enjoy yourself. Make sure that you do the things that you haven't been having the time for. Make sure you spend time with family, but also go inward. Also figure things out for yourself. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? How do you feel about your life the way it used to be a couple of months ago? And if you came to the conclusion that is actually not really what you wanted to do, change it, or at least start planning on how to change it. Start writing down how you want to see the future from this point on. So, beautiful souls, I'm really excited that I got the possibility to connect to you all. Sending you so much love and good energy. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know down in the comments how you all are doing, because I'm really, really curious. Let's connect to one another. I'm sending you so much love and blessings, and I see you hopefully very soon. And otherwise, we will see each other when we will see each other. I'm out. Peace. Bye.